It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Anthony. What's going on? It's G and
Anthony.
And we just saw The Disaster Artist.
One night screening in our location. That was nice.
Anthony, I made you watch The Room last week.
Yeah, I had the expectation that I was going to watch, The Disaster Artist 3 days after I watched The Room, and to my surprise, it wasn't playing in Canada. That was nice.
Yeah. And you were messaging me during, and you're being like, why is this happening? Why is that happening?
During
why is
one
this
of the
happening?
many sex scenes that were very long.
Yeah, there's some sex scenes in that one. And my only response was, why should have been the title of this movie? And we have The Disaster Artist, which I guess gives us a really good reason as to why. Follow your dreams, folks. Obviously, as you know, if you haven't seen The Room, you won't get this movie. If you have seen The Room, it's about pretty much Greg and Tommy following their dreams to be actors and making a movie.
It was pretty funny. Especially if you haven't seen The Room, you don't even bother watching this film. You gotta go back and watch it. As G told me, it's on YouTube, the full movie, so go ahead.
Or buy it.
You can
have it as your collection.
You can watch it on YouTube, yeah.
In your pantheon of movies, you can have this...
You can have a room for The Room.
You can have a room specifically for The Room. It's like a shrine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. A shrine. Did you like this movie, and what were the good things that you liked about this movie?
The movie was good. It was funny. It was fast-paced. Didn't really dwell on many things.
No.
They introduced the characters nicely. Denny, he was there. They included the threesome. Hey, yo, got room for one more? Oh, 2's great, but 3's a crowd. Showing off the ass.
The ass was everywhere.
Pretty hairy, might I add.
Not even just the ass, just a full naked James Franco being Tommy Wiseau, except for a sock.
The cock sock.
The cock sock, as they like to say it in the industry, and we're not from the industry, but we still say it. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. What I really liked about this is that James Franco crushes it at Tommy Wiseau.
He was constantly in character on set. Yeah.
The entire time, he was perfectly emulated him. Because I've seen interviews with Tommy Wiseau, he is a weird guy, and no one to this day knows where this guy comes from, how old he is, where he gets his money, because he's got a bottomless pit of funds to make a $6 million movie. But it wasn't a caricature of Tommy Wiseau, which is what I appreciated, which I liked. It wasn't like you're making fun of Tommy Wiseau. It was actually quite charming, and you get to get a side of him through James Franco, of course.
You feel for Tommy Wiseau.
Big time.
I don't know if we're doing spoiler.
No, we're doing full spoiler.
Yeah, during the end of the movie when he's crying,
that everyone hates his movie and people are laughing in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Greg Sestero, aka Dave Franco playing him, was like, you're making people laugh. For the most part, it's for the wrong reasons, but you feel bad for him.
It's like when you fall down the stairs and everybody starts laughing and you're like, oh yeah, I did it on purpose.
It's actually kind of like one of those things. Yeah, that's hilarious. You broke your leg.
What a funny story, G.
Yeah, so, I just like the fact that it wasn't a character of him. It was, like you mentioned, really good pacing. It got into things quick. It wasn't a long movie. And they nailed everything about the original movie. It just looked like the movie, like the clips the movie that they made, that James Franco's Tommy Wiseau made in the movie that they were going to premiere. It was like, this is just like the movie. Apparently,
Tommy Wiseau and Greg, they had a cameo in the film, but I did not see it.
I didn't see it either.
Apparently, Greg was a casting agent of some kind, and Tommy was, I actually forget what he was, but he was somewhere in there too.
It was just a funny movie too, and the scenes, watching them evolve and everything, and just picturing how they came up on the real movie, it was just hilarious. The theater was laughing almost the entire time. It was so good.
One thing I feel like they missed on the ball, was me and G were talking about this, or G and I were talking about this, and he's like, you know what, how funny it would have been if they just showed The Room when they were screening the premiere, and we just watched the full movie.
Yeah, because there's and it wasn't so much a miss, but this thing would have ended up being 3 hours.
But just imagine if they just started 5 minutes straight of the movie, and just
the actual movie.
Had people wonder oh my god, are they showing us this film?
Again, the scenes that they played out, which were the scenes from The Room itself, the "You're Tearing Me Apart" Lisa scene, I was like,
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
It looked just like the actual movie. It was crazy. I think the only casting choice that they didn't do as good was the girl that played Lisa.
Yeah,
because she was much better looking than the original Lisa.
Guy from High School Musical.
Oh, Zac Efron.
Yeah, Zac Efron. He was the mugger, and I leaned over to G, I'm like, is that Zac Efron?
And I did a double take. I was like, no, holy crap. It was Zac Efron. He's in this, plays that badass that's in like 1 or 2 scenes in the original
movie. He's just cussing when he's like trying. Like, mother.
And the cameos in this were crazy. Yeah. Like
Hannibal Buress.
Seth Rogen was in this. Obviously, you've seen in the trailers.
I was waiting for Eric Andre to show up, but he didn't.
And then so many other people too that were even in the beginning because everybody played this off. Part of it. Yeah, everyone was like playing it off like it wasn't its own documentary. It's a very cool, very kind of special movie, I think, for a movie that's infamous and will always be infamous for being just horrible, but in just such a way that blows your mind. You just don't know what you were watching.
And one thing I really want to see is James Franco version of that cast, The Room remake.
Oh, like a full shot-for-shot remake. Oh, that'd be so good. Any negatives?
I don't know. I feel like I want to see Greg and Tommy actually in the film as like a more better cameo. Kind of like they could have been a great one. I could have just missed it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if it was kind of like a Stan Lee thing where they threw it in your face.
Oh, the originals. Oh, okay. Yeah. The real Tommy Wiseau and the real. Yeah. That would have been kind of cool. I mean, it's tough to do because you're either going to throw it in there and it's going to take the person out of it. And it's like, oh, there's like a blatant, like Ghostbusters where they blatantly they blatantly put like Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray in. I don't know if I have any negatives. This is a very different movie. This is a very cool movie, very special movie. It's a documentary about one of the worst movies.
The best documentary about the worst movie.
Yeah, but, and it's a actual movie, so there's obviously some liberties that were taken there, but based on a true story. Like, it's really weird because I don't remember ever seeing a concept like this.
I guess one negative I guess you could throw out there is that it's not going to appeal to the general movie audience because you will have to see The Room to actually understand a lot of it.
Right. That's a good point.
I mean, like, it's on YouTube, so really, that's what your fault. That's your blame.
Yeah, I guess, like, this is a spoiler review. Non-spoiler, go see The Room first. You can't really
spoil it. It's a comedy.
It is a comedy, yeah. And, like, the jokes landed, and again, it still had heart to it, which was really weird because it's about this weird guy taking this young kid to LA, live out their dreams, and that's what this movie was ultimately about. Living out your dreams by any way possible, even if everybody doubts you. Are you going to give this a score?
I don't know if I could give it a score, because I just saw The Room.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm in I don't know what to score. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad one. It was better than Sausage Party. Good job, Seth Rogen.
If you were to put the Seth Rogen and James Franco team up, this is way better than Sausage Party. I don't know if I could score because I don't know if it'd be fair to score a movie like this because it's so unique.
It's a movie about a movie.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm just going to say go see this thing. This thing is awesome. If you've seen The Room, go see this. That was our review of The Disaster Artist. Let us know if you've seen it in the comments below if you're planning on seeing it. Have you seen The Room and what you thought of it?
Was it tearing you apart, more importantly? It was for me. Longest 2.5 hours of my life.
You can also email us at thefwordpodcast@gmail.com. You can obviously find us on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at the FWordsG, and always make sure you're following Entertain Facts on Instagram for more content. I'm G.
I'm Anthony.
And we are out.